What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Forrest here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today we will be taking a look at a game between FXO Slavik and MarineKing. As a Protoss player, I don't know. I really don't know if MarineKing is actually playing Protoss in this game or if this is someone else playing on MarineKing's account. But nevertheless, I will refer to our red Protoss player in the upper right-hand corner as MarineKing. And down over here in the lower left-hand position, our orange Zerg player is FXO's Slavik. So yes, Protoss versus Zerg, MarineKing versus Slavik here on the map, Cloud Kingdom. And I'll tell you why it's confusing, because, you know, MarineKing is obviously known as a very, very strong Terran player. I don't doubt the fact that he could play Protoss as well. It seems more likely that this would be someone else on his account, but I'll just drop it there. If anyone in the comments section below has some insider information or just happens to know what's going on here, please feel free to let me and other people watching this video know. Thank you so much. Alright, let's jump right into it. We'll be seeing a Forge Fast expand here from MarineKing with the pylon placed down right in front of his natural expansion. Holding off right now and actually just moving down here with the probe. Is he going to be grabbing this right away? No, yeah, there it is. So Forge getting placed down, and then after that he'll be moving out for the scout, heading on over in the lower left-hand spawn position towards Slavik's base. Slavik opening up pool first here at 15 supply, and then we'll be placing his hatchery down in a little bit longer, closer to 20 or 21 supplies when we should likely be seeing that from him. And again, once more in this matchup, quite necessary to do this, otherwise you could deal with pylon or cannon harass at your natural expansion. So again, that pool first lets you get out those Zerglings to deal with this probe and all the types of harass that he may do to you. MarineKing now moving into the main here of Slavik. We'll be scouting out the lack of extractor. Now I've got a drone attempting to move out here, and as you can see, MarineKing pulling back immediately to make sure that he can deny this as long as possible. So he's going to be dancing around here with this probe, and if he feels it necessary, quite possibly also dropping a pylon, which is something else that you'll see quite often. And he's just kind of teetering about, though, getting really close to, there you go, pulls all the way back there. And Slavik continues to watch him, places down the hatchery. Now the next bit here that Slavik has to worry about is, hey, am I going to get cannoned now? Because as you can see, he can see very little there with that hatchery. So he needs to make sure he keeps an eye here on this probe. And the Lings pull forward, take out the probe before he's able to do too much else. 6 Lings in play here for Slavik, more than the usual. Usually it's 2 to 4, even with a harass. 2 to 4 is typically what you see. So coming out with a little bit more here. Slavik's going to be moving out, also looking for proxy pylons or any secondary hidden scouts that MarineKing may have put out about on the map. MarineKing moving out with another probe, gets met by Slavik's Zergling, forcing him back. Over here we can see MarineKing with that full frontal wall off. He's got just enough space there for one unit to squeeze in between. And this is where the first Zealot of MarineKing will be going. Slavik continues to scout out there for any secondary probe scouts or even possible Zealot scouts from his opponent. As you can see, none of that's taken place. Slavik has come out with a quick third as he continues to delay his extractor. So saving up all those minerals, coming out with a quick third. Now we'll be droning up very hard so that he can saturate both of these hatcheries. This one now just finished. So we're seeing a transfer of workers in just a moment. There you go, a few moving on down. Also starting to work on that creep spread as well. Let's take a look back over here for MarineKing though. What has he got going on? Cybernex core just about to finish. After that, we should be seeing what he intends to tech up with. Also, his Nexus is now complete, so he is saturating that at the moment. You can see he even has this Nexus over here, rallying some workers down over to the lower position. Rather than just pulling guys off of here, rather just send these in one at a time. Warp Gate research now starting. Also has a first sentry and the ground weapons level 1 also coming out here for MarineKing. So going with the level 1 upgrades there. Slavik's third just about finished, so it's going to be scouted out here by MarineKing as he moves out with the probe scout, spotting the hatchery, so now he knows, all right, Slavik is on 3 bases. I won't be seeing Speedlings anytime soon, because with this quick third, it pretty much implies that no gas was taken, and that means, of course, a delayed metabolic boost and all other tech for that matter. Back over here for MarineKing, Coming out with a few more assimilators as he works to save up that Vespene gas. Just pumping out those sentries with 2 in play and a third one coming through. Weapons level 1, about halfway finished right now, just about there. Also the Warp Gate research about halfway finished as well. Not too much besides that else going on though for MarineKing. He's going to be continuing to drone up to probe up here. And once he's got that healthy economy, we should be seeing some more gateways. And actually here it comes right now. MarineKing placing down a few more gateways. There's 3 to be exact. I'm going to expect at least a couple more though here from him. Oh, never mind. There's a Twilight Council, so going to be teching up here. We'll assume that this will be for Blink Stalkers. Could be something else, but that is just going to be my assumption. And look at that, Slavik with the Sacrificial Overload Scout. Now MarineKing will kill it, but he has spotted what he needed to. Spotted these gateways coming through. Also spotted that Twilight Council. This is going to give Slavik a better idea of what he will be up against here in the not too distant future. As you can see, those weapons level 1 nearly finished right now. Slavik, not a lot of upgrades coming out, just starting actually that metabolic boost. A layer now just starting as well. It does have a Roach Warren and an Evolution Chamber also coming through. There it is, Blink research here, so we'll be seeing some Blink Stalker action from MarineKing. Starting off with those 4 Warp Gates, working 2 more through as well, which will place him at 6. Good job, math. Zealot and those few sentries moving out. We'll be starting to warp in some Stalkers as well as MarineKing starts to push across the map. Zerglings moving forward, going to engage that sentry. Lured back into the cannon, so Zerglings lose their life without doing too much there. Got an Overlord Scout chilling right there. Ah, he's got vision of that. It's unreal. Wow, that's unfortunate. I am pretty certain that Slavik had no idea that vision was obtained in that position. So there you have it. That's very unfortunate for Slavik. I think he thought he was tucked away up in a high hiding spot there, but as we could see, that was obviously not the case. Creep spread continuing here. Metabolic boost just about finished. Also now working in that roach speed and that Gloud reconstitution. Missile attacks level 1 also coming through here for Slavik. Now we're going to see some more movement here from MarineKing as he heads his way across the map. A 3rd base being taken right now as well. Blink research just about finished. Those 2 other warp gates now in play. Roaches pull forward though. We'll be forcing MarineKing to place down a force field to keep those roaches at bay. Ended up losing at least a Stalker there. Let's take a look over here. Overlord Scout chilling in this position. We got another Overlord Scout over here as well. Continuous upgrades from both players. Weapons level 2 almost finished now for MarineKing. And again, we've got the missile attack plus the Gloud reconstitution coming out for Slavik. Starting to see a transition as well into Immortals for MarineKing. That's going to help him deal with those roaches. Couple of photon cannons coming down at the natural expansion. A little bit of static defense. MarineKing not being aggressive at all this game, though. And we're actually starting to see some mobilization. A few roaches and speedlings moving out across the map now for Slavik. And this is going to force MarineKing to spread his forces a little thin. We're going to see some roaches hit in this position, going straight for those cannons first. And then we're going to see all of these forces move out as well. It's going to be a tough position here for MarineKing because he has got threats at both sides. So here we go. Roaches now moving up into this spot, going straight for the Immortal first. Nice force field wall, but at the same time, we see got put nice force fields over here as well. It's going to help him deal this quite a bit. A few more Stalkers coming on through. I don't know. Oh boy, roaches sneaking on into the natural expansion. They're going to start to do some damage here before MarineKing can move on down. Still got a few more roaches engaging the Stalkers. MarineKing should be fine over here. How's he doing over in this position as well? Forced to engage with a couple of his probes. Stalkers blinking forward. We'll be taking out the rest of those roaches, and MarineKing has now successfully defended. We got more roaches, though, streaming across the map. So many more roaches coming out here for Slavik as he continues to pressure this 3rd base of MarineKing. MarineKing with all the Stalkers here now. Got a huge force, though, waiting out at the Zelnog Tower. Stalkers blinking forward, chasing down those roaches. Now's the time. Slavik pushing in again into the natural. Nice force field there. Stop these forces from moving right into the expansion, but still, Slavik is going to do some damage as he takes out all those forces right there. Now starts to work towards the wall. Dropping this pylon first and foremost. Stops the warp in over in that position. We got more reinforcements moving out. Slavik being super aggressive this game. MarineKing doing what he can to defend, using some of that Blink Stalker micro, trying to keep them back, and actually is able to work down those roaches and force Slavik back. Great defense there by MarineKing. Let's take a quick look here at the resources lost. As you can see, Slavik continues to stream out those forces. They're about even in terms of resources lost. Now Slavik has killed off 9 workers, but he is not really so much focused on macroing up. He does have some upgrades coming out though, with the missile attack level 2 plus the burrow research. And did he get tunneling claws? Yes, he did. So with this, he's going to be able to use those burrowed roaches. It's going to be pretty awesome to see, but obviously as we can see, observer over here for MarineKing, so he will have sight on those bird roaches, and although Slavik can see that, there's nothing he can do about it. We got a push coming over here again at the 3rd, taking out those cannons. Again, forcing MarineKing to split up his forces. Slavik being so aggressive here, although MarineKing has done a decent job so far defending. He's in danger of losing this Nexus right now. As Slavik goes straight for it, and then as soon as MarineKing pushes back, moves in with his roaches and speedlings. Blink Stalkers moving back out of the range of most of those roaches there. Also a couple of nice force fields. Probes engaging again. We got a sandwich though, and not the delicious kind. No, we've got a sandwich of roaches trapping the Stalkers, but it looks like MarineKing does have enough Stalkers to deal with this threat. So Slavik keeps throwing his forces here at MarineKing, but MarineKing just barely holding on. Now, as you can see, he has managed to defend this Nexus over here, so he still has not lost that. And Slavik is just dumping all of his resources into this. He is finally starting to work up another base, though, which is good because he's throwing a lot at MarineKing with, although he's doing damage and killing off forces, he's losing just as much. And that is obviously a concern. The one big advantage, though, is as you can see, 31 workers killed here for Slavik so far, so he's doing a good job at hurting MarineKing's economy. Although, again, kudos to MarineKing for not yet losing this expansion. He has quite easily got this engagement right here. Actually, I'm a little bit baffled as to why Slavik stayed in that. That's why I was looking over here. I'm like, does he have something else going on? Oh, okay. He has a burrowed roach. Moving on back here. Just one, though. These roaches forced all the way back. I want to take a quick look here at the army size. They're about even. Actually, no, never mind. Slavik has got twice the army size as MarineKing right now. Slavik doing pretty solid here. Also starting to tech up right now into an infestation pit roach. You know, the funny thing is, though, you assume someone being so aggressive as we're seeing Slavik doing here, you assume that they would be behind in a lot of situations, but actually Slavik is looking pretty solid here. He's got O2 upgrades, so 2 weapons upgrades. Now, we do, however, have MarineKing with the 3rd weapon upgrade. That's going to be a distinct advantage in these fights, especially with some Blink Micro. But Slavik is also moving right now into a 4th base. He does have Hive Tech coming out. Did just finish his infestation pit. Is also coming out with those pathogen glands, giving that extra energy for those infestors once they do hatch. Now over here for MarineKing, he's just now starting his armor upgrades, moving to armor level 1. Also armor upgrades coming out here for Slavik. We do have a Dark Shrine coming out as well for MarineKing though, so we'll be seeing some DT and possibly, of course, Archons as well. Slavik now moving out again, continuing to be the aggressor here. So many roaches prepared to move up into this 3rd position. And at the same time, we've got these Speedlings over here. Is he going to make it in? Yes, he is. Makes it right into the crack. And going to start to do some massive damage here at the same time. Here comes a roach push. Now MarineKing distracted, wasn't able to force field that ramp, so having to deal with both of these encounters here. We got some Speedlings in the main, continuing to do economic damage. 42 workers killed. These roaches forced back. Blink Stalkers do a lot of damage to them. However, again, we still have this Speedling threat here. A few burrowed Speedlings over here. They're going to wait until these forces leave to unburrow and do some more economic damage. A couple of Zealots getting warped in. Going to deal with a few of those Lings. They burrow themselves. Roaches over in this position.
Base is under attack.
Now that Dark Shrine is finished. I would really like to see some DT counter harass here from MarineKing. Obviously he's a bit distracted. A huge problem for MarineKing though is that unless he gets an observer over here to deal with these burrowed units, he's gonna have to keep forces in his main just to handle this. Zerglings unburrowing, taking out the Zealot. There we go, finally moving forward, and with the observer, even if they burrow again, they'll be taken care of. Lots of roaches and Speedlings moving out again. Speedlings engaging that force over here. Roaches moving towards the Zealots. It looks like MarineKing has enough to deal with this, though. Have we seen any DT yet? The answer is no. A bit surprised. I don't know if he canceled that Dark Shrine or it got killed or what, but... Huh. That's interesting. Oh well, nevertheless, big force coming out here for MarineKing. He is finally prepared to make an aggressive stance. Here comes the Infestors. Lots of fungal growth action, doing a bit of damage, also rooting these forces in place, allowing those roaches to get up a little bit closer. Fester's forced back to the spine crawler defense there. Roach is pulling back behind that force field. Nice burrow action. With some Speedlings coming up here to join the fun as well. Another fungal growth, rooting those forces in place, and Slavik's got this. No problem. A few infested Terrans also getting placed down. They actually do some pretty hefty DPS. Problem is, of course, they are so incredibly slow, so as soon as MarineKing pulls back, he is all set against that. Nice defense there. You know, MarineKing finally decides to push out and be aggressive, and Slavik is quite easily able to handle it. Slavik's still at twice the army supply of MarineKing right now. Infested Terrans get taken out. MarineKing sitting at the Xel'Naga Tower, also coming out with a probe. Looks like he's going to continue to try to be aggressive. The purpose of this probe, of course, is to place a proxy pylon. Speedling's going to hit up this expansion. They're going to do a bit of damage here. We're going to need to see some Warpins from MarineKing to deal with this. And there you go. We've got one Zealot Warpin and those probes also engaging. MarineKing pushing forward, but here come the Broodlords. Man. Now he does have Blink Stalkers, which do quite well against this. The problem is he's going to make sure he gets himself underneath those Broodlords for that to work. A couple force fields coming out here for MarineKing. He continues to push towards this expansion. Is, of course, trying to take it out. Now, Broodlord's finally coming into action here. Stalker's blinking back, actually. Trying to stay out of the range of those Speedlings and Roaches. And with the third of the Broodlords, MarineKing is pushing all the way back now. Deciding not to bother trying to engage at this point. Depleted. Nice burrowed Zergling over there for Slavik. That is going to delay a possible fourth expansion for MarineKing. We also have a fifth base coming out here for Slavik as well. Slavik continuing to produce those Broodlords. MarineKing moving forward again. Now the Infestors, with enough energy, they're supposed to be placing force fields to stop those Blink Stalkers from getting under the Broodlords, but I don't think that matters right now, as Slavik has more than enough to deal with this and force MarineKing to call the GG. Alright, my friends, that does it in this game between MarineKing and Slavik. Incredibly aggressive Zerg play here from Slavik this game, keeping MarineKing back at home, defending for a majority of the game. When MarineKing finally decided to push out to engage, he was met by a very strong defensive force of Slavik and made for a relatively easy victory for him. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe, and don't forget, keep watching and keep owning.